I'm George.
And I'm Alex.
We've been making puppet videos on my YouTube channel for years now.
But we have a problem.
We never had much of a plan for our characters.
And to a newcomer, it can get confusing very fast.
So in this podcast, we're going to make sense of the story we were just stringing along.
Hello and welcome to the 4th episode of Stringing It Along.
I'm on this side.
Yes.
Now.
If you're watching us on YouTube, I'm on the left. And George is on on YouTube, for the audience, George is on the left and I'm on the right.
But it's my right, his left. But it's opposite where you're watching. But anyway, regardless, you continue.
Yeah. This episode will now feature a lot more mouse clicking. This is the reason I'm on the other side. It's because I've linked this laptop up to the TV to read all my notes, because I do all the prep work for this show and George does the editing. He's working as hard as me, don't worry about him.
Yeah.
We share the load, But yeah, I'm gonna be clicking through tabs, showing George things. Unfortunately, I can't show you. Sorry. Well, we could have set this up better, and I could have been.
But no.
No.
maybe for next. Well, no, we're filming this on the same day, so maybe when we're recording Tiffany's Adventure. But now, no.
Yeah. So, where did we leave off last time? Well, the robber had just gotten away.
He just got away from the
Docks.
The docks, exactly. That was an experience in itself. If you haven't watched the last episode, obviously watch that before this one, because you're not gonna have any sense of what's going on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's get into the YouTube details, the big numbers of this video. This is Jurassic City, episode 4, Police Chase.
Yeah.
This is another title that's been left as it was when it was published. So you can see we have the title Jurassic City. The city has not been capitalized.
Yeah.
See, episode 4 is in block capitals with a period after it, which is funny. I don't think that's the case for anyone.
it's completely fudged up, like.
I mean, we could change it, but I think it's got a charm, and it still comes up if you search for it on YouTube.
Like amateur, old video.
The last episode was published. Was it in June 2018? This episode was published on Tuesday, September 4th, 2018.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's got 46 views and 2 likes. And it's 1 minute 53 seconds long.
One of those likes from you, I'm guessing.
Well, I can't see now, but I imagine I would have noted that. I might note it later, but
yeah.
First of all, I want to ask you, because you might have noticed
Pop quiz.
September. Yeah. It's been a long time since the last episode in terms of publishing it on YouTube. So, how many videos do you think you made in the 71 days between episode 3 and episode 4?
Oh my god, yeah. I'm gonna guess 8 videos. Is that like, I don't know if that's under or over exaggerating.
Well, I went and counted in your YouTube studio. A lot of them are either unlisted or private, but in total...
It's probably more than I expected now, yeah.
It's 21.
Oh my god. What were we, like...
What were you doing?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why we didn't film. So, a massive gap in between. And you kind of see this because this is the first ever video where there was a thumbnail on my YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
First video.
That's my next note. It's the oldest episode remaining, or the oldest video on Pookly remaining with a custom thumbnail.
Yeah, and it's really shite, but listen.
Yeah, I was going to ask for your opinion on it. Can we get a photo of it? I did have a photo somewhere, but
You'll see the photo on the thing right now. That's the photo of the thumbnail.
Yeah.
It's very basic. I didn't really know the style of what to do. I made my own police badge.
There's a little bit of a thing in the corner. This is gonna look terrible, but I'm just opening.
It doesn't matter. Oh my god, it's really bad
tiny,
quality as well.
Also, the blue on green doesn't work at all.
Yeah, the blue on green. Yeah, I had no idea the contrast of the different colors. I didn't know how it worked. I was like, why does it look so bad? And what was I doing it on? I think I was doing it on Canva or something. I think that's what I've always used.
And because I recognised the font, you were into that font for a while.
Probably,
on Canva. It's kind of blocky for audio listeners.
Yeah.
But, I want to cater this more for audio listeners. I'm guessing you want to cater it more for YouTube.
Yeah, I guess so.
So we got our own takes. You should blow your nose if you're going to be sniffing like that for the rest of the podcast.
No, that was just there you go. I don't need to sniff now for a good while. Right.
I'm just saying that because we recorded a test episode and he was sniffing so damn much.
I know, but
I tried editing it. And
listen, that's the thing. We're gonna have to like postpone any podcasts if any of us have hay fever or like a cold or something, because we won't be able to deal with it.
Luckily, we're going into autumn now, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, unless we get the flu. Anyway,
let's move on to the rest of the episode. As I said, it's 1 minute 53 seconds long. It's the shortest episode of the series.
Wow.
By 12 seconds. I think the next shortest is episode 1.
And the longest video is there's the final episode. Yeah.
Yep.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
let's get started breaking down the video moment by moment.
Not
first,
frame by frame.
No, I got a timestamp here. Well, it's not a timestamp. It's just notes I took while the video was going on. First shot of the recap shows the robber robbing the bank, as in the last episode.
Yeah.
The bank's moved, and it doesn't state that it's a bank anymore. It's just the Jurassic City logo.
Oh, okay. So.
And it's just up against a wall, so you couldn't get behind it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
We didn't need to in this recap. Then the ladies, the speedboat thing, I guess. I can't really remember. I didn't take any specific notes, but I did say that we should have established they were on a cruise ship in the recap.
Yeah.
They're just sort of there.
I think the recap was especially important in this episode since it was such a long extension in between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So a bit lacking there, but
And after the recap, we move on. The ladies are still on the boat. We pick up exactly where we... Well, maybe a little while afterwards, because the police arrive.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the shot of them arriving is very funny. You've got sort of the ladies over here on the right of the frame, and the police dinosaur comes in from the left and comes next to them. And I was actually holding the camera in that, so that was very good for me. I'm a great director.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, do you want to read that?
Which part?
This bit.
Did the police come onto the boat?
Because they are still on the boat, I think.
I don't know. Are they?
You want to look at it?
No, because like I assume when they blocked the docks, right?
Yeah.
Both of them got off. Like the robber got off the speedboat to get onto the pier, and same to the ladies, and then that's when they confronted them. That's what I imagined. Because like if you think about it, like they couldn't have gone face to face if the robber was on a speedboat and they were on a big cruise ship or like tour boat.
Oh no, they were definitely both on their own boats. It just doesn't make sense, I guess, now thinking about like the cruise ship's gonna be really tall.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they got off their boats when they confronted them, and then the police came as well, and they were all off their boats.
I don't think that's true though, because then the robber turns back on his boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he makes does he make a noise as he's going back?
He just makes a yeah. It's like that's his noise that he makes.
Huh? They think they're gonna block the docks? Not on my watch.
It's funny that this is the first appearance of a police officer in this series.
Yeah, I know. Like 4 episodes in, well, 3 episodes, we have had no police intervention at all. So but they're finally here.
Yeah.
And they're finally gonna hopefully get this robber. Even though probably not, because there's another episode after this. But,
Then the police go off. Let's get him, boys!
And we have to assume that there are multiple people, multiple officers, even though it's just him, technically.
Okay, I'll get after him. Okay, let's get him, boys. Arr!
But, yeah.
There's a bit of taunting between the robber and the police officer. And I only remembered this when I rewatched it first for this podcast.
Huh, you'll never catch me, Mr. Police Dino. Oh, not on my watch. I'm gonna get you. Never. You miss me.
I only remembered it from the bloopers video we did later on. They're not really bloopers. We'll cover it in a bonus episode because it's not in the playlist. But I really liked the way it was staged, shall we say.
Yeah.
It's sort of darkened, like it's kind of spooky, dark alley.
Yeah, I think it's like the first, like, where we've actually, like, kept in mind what was in the background and stuff like that. Because in the last episode, or episode 2 especially, we would just, like, throw the puppets in the background, just, like, and we forgot about them completely. But this time we're actually, like, you know, properly setting up the stage.
Because of that moment, I think this episode is already turning out to be the best of the series.
Yeah.
It's nice and short. For some reason, after a little bit of interaction behind the chairs in sort of darkened area, we return to the dull, brightly lit in front of the chairs area.
Yeah.
Do you
on
think
the
that's
carpet.
because of you're sniffling again?
I know, it's alright.
You should blow your nose, please. Please
No,
go
it's
and blow
fine,
your
it's
nose.
fine,
Please, please.
I'm the one editing this, it's fine. I can deal with it.
You're going to cut it out whenever it happens.
Yeah. Probably.
1 minute 13. We're back in the front room, as I was saying before we got sidetracked, which we've probably cut a lot of. You've probably cut that out.
Yeah.
There's a football in the background of that shot, despite how lame it is compared to the bit behind the chairs.
Yeah.
This football, it's a football that attaches to a base, and it's from a video we did.
In between this, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, called Unboxing Swing Ball Playset. It was recorded on George's sort of interim tablet, I guess,
Yeah.
which couldn't pause. I think we've mentioned it before on the
Yeah,
podcast.
you have, yeah. In the second episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the well made and constructed background lasted for a bit. But you know, at least it's not too bad.
We did put some thought into the shot in episode 2 where he robs the motorbike.
Yeah, to an extent.
That evening. Oh, would you look at what they're saying on the news? What is it? That fella, that dinosaur robber, he got away again. Oh no!
9 seconds later, and some time has passed, the ladies are watching TV.
Yeah, so they're probably gone back home now after they let the police go deal with it. And the TV is just a black screen. So, like, yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have pointed it at the TV.
Yeah, probably not. That would have been smart, but oh well. Imagine. Still a lot of imaginative stuff going on here.
We're basically at the end now, and there's just one more thing to note. That it's the first to be continued of the series.
What do you mean?
to be-
Oh, like...
We say, to be continued in the final episode.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To be continued in the final episode of
Jurassic City.
The tractor movies were better.
Yeah, pretty much.
We say, in the tractor movie I go, to be continued.
Yeah. The narration is not as good in this episode, in this series. Alright, some overall notes.
That's where we finish up.
Yeah.
I think the hiatus was worthwhile if this is the sort of quality we come back with. I think this episode is exceptional. It should go to the YouTube Video Festival as an example of. We should win a streamy for this video.
Oh my god.
But something worth thinking about, you know, it's pause for thought, food for thought, if you will.
Yeah.
That in this video there's 40 seconds of recap and there's 18 seconds where we're just closing out the video. Which leaves like, what? It's 1 minute 52.
I'm not doing the maths on that.
And there's 50...
That leaves 1 minute 30 something for actual...
Well, no, it's less than a minute, actually. It's like 54 seconds.
Oh, 40 seconds, sorry, yeah.
So 58 seconds of a 1 minute 52 video.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus. So yeah, at least half of it is taken up by just recap and
Ending.
closing, yeah.
Do you think the whole of the series should have been this short? Could we have been as concise as this?
I don't know. I definitely think... I'm not sure, actually. I think it was a bit too short, or, like, we spent too long on... Maybe the recap was a bit more, you know, like...
Necessary,
yeah, because it was a long time since the last episode. But 18 seconds of closing, so I think we did the whole music at the end and stuff, which wasn't really necessary. We could have... If it was a to be continued, we could have just ended on a massive cliffhanger saying to be continued and ended the video there or something.
Yeah.
But we had a whole closing 18 seconds long, so.
Now, in the last episode of this podcast, we had a section on character tracking, but since the last time, I don't think it's really necessary for now. What I want to use the character tracking for in the future is for characters that reappear after a while and there's been some sort of thing that's happened to them. Like,
Yeah.
or if there's sort of a
new character.
yeah, like with the taxi driver and the motorbike owner, and like they're changing hats. That's
That's
something we should use the character tracking for. Like, we're not going to characterize every single, because honestly they're a bit wafer thin.
Yeah.
Wafer thin.
The only new character that's here is the police officer, and apparently his co-workers. We don't see them.
Yeah. I've made a note of him actually. He's athletic, you know. He's like, again, as fast as good. Let's get him, boys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
They don't have vehicles in this universe, but yeah, they have to run.
This narrator. He's back again. He's saying to be continued.
Yeah.
And then you say Jurassic City, and you do the music.
Yeah.
Which, should we count that as a character? Is that a new character?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
it's the
technically-
narrator's friend.
Technically, he's been in all the previous ones then.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah. 'Cause
Like-
yeah.
You could just say, no, it's just music. Like, it's not an in-universe character.
Yeah. I
But
guess so.
now that they've said Jurassic City.
Jesus. I can't tell if that was. No.
That's how
sounds
out of tune you were.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
And that's all you've got on the notes for this episode.
Yeah.
So very short, snappy, but it leads straight on to the next one. Do you have anything to say?
Do you think it's the best episode of the series?
If it would have been a lot better if it wasn't so short. I think the last one was a bit better. I don't know. I have to watch it first, but
What do you think this could have done with if it was too short?
just a shorter closing. Maybe like if we had a bit more of a detailed recap and a bit more snappy, it would have been better.
Yeah. But I think we did the best we could.
I think the as we've discussed already, the backgrounds and all that was the best. Well, I haven't seen the next episode, but yeah, I think it's the best out of all of them so far.
Yeah.
So
We'll ruminate more on that after the final episode, which
Yeah.
is called The Arrest. Oh, sorry, you should have said that. Which is called what? What's it called, George?
it's the arrest,
Whoa!
which is a bit of a giveaway of what's gonna happen because we know. Well, I mean, the arrest doesn't necessarily mean it did happen.
The ladies are arrested for character assassination.
Exactly. It could have been. It's a bit vague, so there's still some mystery, but it does give away a decent amount. So after we've covered this entire series, so after next episode, we're probably gonna go back to our normal release schedule every 2 weeks, because we cannot do daily for the entire time.
But actually, now that we've kind of eaten into this week, this is coming out on Friday, I'm not going to try thinking of the date, 29th of September.
Yeah.
We're just gonna we're gonna go 2 weeks from the Tuesday in which episode 1 came out. So we'll be back on like October 10th or 7th.
Something like
let me
that.
get the release schedule here for you. We'll be back on October 10th with Jurassic City bloopers. That'll be our first bonus episode.
First bonus episode after this, so
Yeah.
get ready for that. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in the next episode.
Or we will hear you, because it's a podcast.
Roll the outro.
Thanks for listening to Stringing It Along,
This episode's notes were written by Alex.
and it was edited by George.
If you enjoyed the show, give us a positive rating on your podcast platform of preference.
Follow or subscribe to the show as well if you feel like being notified about new episodes.
If you're craving even more String It Along, you'll find a link to all our socials in the description.
Lastly, you can contact the show with thoughts on future videos being covered at stringingitalong@gmail.com.